What am I talking about with cancel culture and the national suicide we're about to walk into as we embrace totalitarian tactics to crush the free speech of others? Don't forget this. Never forget this. Unprincipled revolutions throughout human history have always eaten their own. And totalitarian cancel culture is entirely unprincipled. It is not done because any rules are followed. It is done because people enjoy the power of torturing people into deplatforming and non-existence in the public space. No, Dan. It's based on some. The principle is what? People should be kicked off Twitter if they say things I disagree with. Really? How come the Chinese government's not been deplatformed from Twitter? How come they haven't been deplatformed despite going out and talking about the imprisonment of Uyghurs due to their religion? How come the Ayatollah and the Iranian Death to America crowd has not been deplatformed from Twitter despite threatening national genocide? How come? What's your principle there? What's your genocide's okay, but supporting Trump is that's your principle? I mean, I'm just checking. No, you don't have any principles. You're frauds. Unprincipled revolutions always eat their own because they always need new targets. And as you cancel people, those people start to turn on themselves as they need new targets. Do you see the Portland mayor, the video of the Portland mayor being attacked in a restaurant? He's a leftist. Why? Because unprincipled revolutions always eat their own as people embrace the power of attacking and canceling others. And as you run out of targets, you eventually have to turn inward for new targets. And then you get afraid you might be a target. So you preemptively attack someone else to make sure you're not a target too. Ladies and gentlemen, this may be some deep stuff, but it is damn well true. And if you are any bit of a student of history, you know exactly what I'm telling you. And you know the accuracy of it. Here's what I'm talking about. Let's get to story number one, foxnews.com. Michelle Obama, very powerful figure. Oh, Dan, she doesn't know political power. Oh, you are grossly mistaken if you think political power is divorced from cultural power. This is a woman who is First Lady of the United States who has a massive influence on our culture. Don't dare sell that short. She has real power, cultural power. Fox News. Michelle Obama calls on the tech giants to permanently ban Trump. Now is the time for Silicon Valley companies to stop enabling the monstrous behavior. That's Michelle Obama. This is a former First Lady of the United States with massive influence over our culture, encouraging tech platforms to ban the President of the United States. What did I tell you about when we opened up? Warning, danger zone for you Lost in Space fans. I know I'm afraid that thing may be like, yeah, I don't say anything anymore. I'm like, seriously, can't even say the Jeopardy sounder. We are in a real danger zone. You have a former First Lady of the United States essentially calling for and the weaponizing of her cultural power to silence someone whose ideas she doesn't agree with. Oh, I got a lot of these today. The left never lets a crisis go to waste, and they've seen one now. And instead of trying to make this country better and solve the crisis we're in right now, and it's a bad one, lost a Capitol Hill police officer. I'll mention that in a moment as well. They want to leverage this, like any good totalitarian would. And I don't mean good morally. I mean good in that they're skilled at what they do. Story number two. Gosh, talk about a slippery slope. This could run down. This is a ball larded up with grease down a slippery slope. Washington Examiner story. These will all be up in my show notes today. My newsletter is the show notes, bongino.com/newsletter. If you want to access the newsletter, you can subscribe free, bongino.com/newsletter. We'll email you this stuff every morning. Anna Giaritelli, Washington Examiner. Top Democrat urges TSA and FBI to put Capitol rioters on no-fly list. Again, you want to talk about a slippery slope? We talking about the rioters here? Or are we talking about anyone who showed up in Washington, D.C.? What about the overwhelming number of people who showed up there and actually did protest peacefully? Which is an American institution, peaceful protest, is it not? Or is that only for the left?
Yeah.
Are they on a list now too? You don't think this is dangerous? You don't think this can come for you later? You don't think the mayor of a small town or a bureaucrat in the TSA or FBI, whether you align with their political cause or not, if they deem you to be a threat to their political interests, couldn't put you on a list later? We sure we want to go down this path?
You just heard Dan Bongino.